Hey there, friends. I'm going to give you some nice PulseChain ecosystem updates. Look, there are a lot of coins out there, and I've even shown Ethereum is going to have a lot of layer 2s, like 50, and there's going to be so many coins. And yeah, you're going to think, oh my gosh, all the amazing projects. No. There's only one Ethereum, and it has all the money, 90% of the money, and Aave has all the TVO, all the money locked in, and Uniswap has the biggest amount of liquidity, and everybody else is fighting for the breadcrumbs. Ethereum is still winning so far. Now, that doesn't mean keep a blind eye and don't ever look at everything else. Just telling you, it's very hard to believe in a world where somebody creates something super innovative that's so useful on other chains that can't be replicated. Remember, the community is the asset, not the code. That's why it's important to know this, right? PulseChain has 178 projects. I still think Pulse is cheap. So in December, I got more Pulse and pHEX. I just DCA bought. And yeah, I'm just going to keep DCA buying. Look, as long as Pulse is on the day one sack, I'll just keep market buying. I see day one sack as like a $10 chain link. pHEX though, different story. Even though pHEX has got great tokenomics, I mean, I hope that his tokenomics acts like real jet fuel in the bull market. How high can it go? I don't know, man. Not financial advice. Go speak to a financial advisor, friends. I don't know. We've been disappointed 2 years plus to get where we are. Everyone expects much higher prices. I don't know. All I know is, hey, there's people here. Look at this. You can't make this up. 178 projects. See all these? 178 projects. Man, look, honestly, I think about it. I'm like, how? There's 178 projects. But I've been in the game. I know markets can stay way dead longer than you can think. But in a nutshell, it's giving you an opportunity, if you were a giant fund, to accumulate in the background. So we might say, oh my gosh, why are you down for like 4 months? That's opportunity. If you have enormous amount of capital to deploy, you're like, well, I can't just get in like, $10 million clip. I'm going to smack everything up. But if I get in something like 100K a day, I can get in slowly and all the dumpers can feed me. That's another way to think about it. Of course, we just want everything to go up, don't we? When are they going to keep going up? I don't know, friends. Pulse, pHEX, eHEX, same ecosystem, liquidity bonded. It's real DeFi, 140 plus content creators. That's it. There are other coins. Look, and here's the thing. Other coins have ICOs. Where are the ICO prices? Of course, they're going to tell me it's cheap. Yeah, because they're freaking 30x on side. They want us to dump on us. So the good thing is with Pulse and pHEX, it's not good. It hurts us. But like we're buying blood. We're literally buying our own blood. You know that famous stock market saying? Where you got to buy when everybody's fearful, right? Buy the blood in the stock market. They say even if it's your own. Yeah. That's basically what we're doing here. But we don't know if it's going to work out. Everything's just a chance. We have no idea. We just hope it does. Okay, so we're still waiting patiently. Now, I want to draw this to your attention. This is something, it's a war story, and I'll never forget it. And yeah, I'll put it in my trophy cabinet because I'll never, ever forget this. And it was the eHEX pHEX ratio trade. Now, why was it so important? It was because clearly when you say hex or PulseChain or pHEX, especially hex, if you say the word hex, everybody thinks Richard Hart. They say he owns 99% of the coins. He controls everything. He is the project. So you would think if he says something, the market's going to follow it and he's going to be right. But it's still a pendulum. And so this was a real test of character. During the eHEX pHEX debacle, so there's a ratio, right? There's eHEX got diluted into pHEX, and there was a lot of turmoil. People were asking him before, like Richard himself speculated, he thinks, oh, okay, after the airdrop, you'll probably find that they're worth more than their individual parts. That's what he was guessing. He thinks they'd be worth 30% more. Instead, what happened was minus 95% crash. We got absolutely decimated, like crushed. So, you know what I mean? Now, what was also happening is I'm going to show you the ratio. During this time, the eHEX, so hex from Ethereum, just kept getting destroyed on the way down. And why was it one of the hardest things for me to take the other side of? It was because, right, I got 2 death threats. Everyone knows about it. I literally death threats over some red candles while I'm telling people your bags are cheap because I'm buying more. I generally was buying more. Wow. So that wasn't just the end of it, right? I received numerous messages and people. This was what I was getting every day. I was told this, okay? They were telling me, they said, hey, Richard Hart rug pulled eHEX yield farm on PulseChain. I was getting told that every day. So I was getting called a scammer. People were spitting on me. They go, how could you talk about this piece of trash on Ethereum when the founder of the coin literally pulled the rug on it? He gave the yield farms to pHEX, to actual meme coins that he calls trash. He actually said that. He gave them to wrapped Bitcoin, which is like fake Bitcoin with admin keys. He gave yield farm rewards to them and nothing on eHEX. You gotta understand how contrarian I was. I mean, I'm again going against the big dog here, the founder, just to be accumulating overweight eHEX. He was tweeting pHEX and wrapped Bitcoin, tweeting everything else, nothing to do with eHEX. He even made this tweet and the market like got crushed. He said the market has chosen HEX on PulseChain. Translation: pHEX is great, eHEX sucks. Now, I'm not saying it. The market interpreted that as that. That's why people just started dumping the crap out of eHEX even more. Oh man, that was brutal. People were even tweeting. I think it was Mr. Cosmo Jenkins. People were saying like, that's so weird. Why are you fighting your own bags and stuff? See how the market, when the market wants to interpret stuff in a certain way, it does. Now, he might say, oh, it wasn't, but the red candles came. So it's a pendulum, friends. It's like a schizophrenic mental asylum patient who's literally smoked a lot of mushrooms and injected a lot of meth at the same time. Yeah, you know what you're getting at this point. That's the mind of the market. So it was extremely tough. You got to understand, friends. You got to understand how contrarian. But contrarian, you're just buying low. But this is the unfortunate price you have to pay because we're all humans. We feel the story. We all latch onto stories, right? The beginning, the protagonist, the antagonist, the climax and everything. We all latch into the stories, okay? The whole freaking movie industry built off it. The whole crypto industry, the whole investment industry, marketing, finance, is all built off stories. So if you're in there in the game, in the arena, you learn more information. The problem is the stories latch onto us. You can't escape them. It's really, really tough. That's why they always say, man, like if you can remove yourself from the stories, just trade off charts, you'll kill it. Of course you would, right? Like crypto kind of blows you out of the water because those green candles keep staying more green over a long period of time. So they kind of break all paradigms in that respect too. You know, and this also hurt as well. So giving yield farm rewards to fake DeFi Uni, the P-Uni, the fake PulseChain ticker version of Uni, everything but eHEX. Oh man, was that rough. And you can see it on the chart. You can just see the blood. Remember, these are daily candles, friends. Day. Look how just dead it was. Bang, bang, bang. Dead. Dead the whole way. And then, as you can see, something happened here. So out of nowhere, the market snapped out to victory. And you can see right here, right? That trophy emoji, bang. It snapped to victory. Now, here's the thing. It's interesting. It happens all the time. But we know, because the community is so tight-knit and so transparent, real DeFi, we knew it was Alex the anus ointment whale who was accumulating down there. And then he went on Matty's show and he tried to shill the bag. He said, yeah, eHEX has gone to 50 cents. And as it went up, he was dumping for his 2.5x profit. Honestly, friends, fudge this industry. F this industry to hell. Oh, man. Anyway, that happened, but when you look at the chart, it doesn't really matter. Someone's coming. Isn't it funny how, if you go back and watch my videos, but friends, it was, if you can feel it in my voice, I didn't want to make videos about it, man. I'm like, oh, this is bad. I said, right? I go, look, at some point in the next 2 years, okay? So there was a gentleman here. He was replying to this thread about it. He goes, Sir Tommy, stop talking about trades. I'm like, Habib, trade? Did you watch any of my videos? I was in this eHEX. I was overweight eHEX. Overweight. Not all of it. Overweight. I said I'm willing to wait to December 2025. I was willing to give it 2 years. 2 full years. 24 months. It just so happened that in 3 months, it just snapped back. And if you go back and watch my videos, I said, look, I don't know when, but any chart that does this, right, very, very, very low, at some point in the future, it just goes pop and just comes back down. All right. Now, I guessed wrong. I thought, well, maybe the ratio comes back in a year and a half from now. The market goes up and then there's a big pHEX seller. And the pHEX guy sells pHEX and he smacks it all the way down. and no one's selling eHEX, so then the ratio goes up. That's how I just guessed it would happen. But look what happened instead. Alex the Anus Ointment Whale, it turns out, I think it was Mr. Silver the Antidote. Now, we don't know, confirmed, don't quote me, but apparently there's a rumor that his millions of dollars was linked to a phishing scam on Twitter. Twitter Roonies, one of the phishing scams. Now, I don't know if it was confirmed, but guess if it was, that makes sense why he wouldn't want to bridge into PulseChain. It's because he's not sure probably about the admin keys and freezing money because you're flagged from like illegal money. So that explains why he never wanted to get off Ethereum. Okay, but we don't know. That's just speculation, okay? But it's funny, you know, all these stories, you put them together, it doesn't matter. The market summarizes it all in one chart, right? You go down forever, and then out of nowhere, snap, and then you just come back down. Okay, so it's fascinating that, you know, we know the story, we know the person who came out there, we know the footprint. I want to let you know this, okay? Trade the charts, don't trade the people in it. You'll never guess the story. You'll never guess it. See, look, I got the whole thing right, but I thought, oh, okay, it's going to happen in 2 years, and it's going to be a pHEX dumping because I don't see anybody buying eHEX. Nope. Literally, someone with illegal black laundering money bought eHEX because he couldn't bridge on over, and then went on Matty Allen's show to say it's gone 50 cents, and people believed it. You know what I mean? He said, yeah, I've got big whale friends coming in. So you never guess the story. Don't try to guess the story. Just look at the ratios. Like ratios, there's secrets in them that no one really pays attention to them. That's why it's important. Look at the BTC and ETH ratios. It's very important. That's how I've identified the soy zone for Soylana and all these other ones, okay? I'm going to use the same soy zone techniques for Chainlink. I just want to get an idea, like, where's relative value, okay? Because that's what we're really looking for. So it was really, really tough, right, to go through this because I'm literally going against the founder of the coin. I'm like, man, really? Like, you're not talking about eHEX at all. You're just talking about Pepe, just things sinking down into oblivion. It was really, really, really stressful, man. Really stressful. You can even go back and watch the comments from that as well. So what am I right now? I'm overweight Pulse and pHEX. Now, this is very, very contrarian. What I'm saying is, well, I'll go, well, Pulse and pHEX are Cycle 1 coins, and they're the new kids on the block. And it's easier to kind of identify their narrative compared to Hex. And everybody's charting Hex to Pulse. So I inverted that. I go, no, you're not tricking me. I want Pulse over Hex. And I think that's going to go up over time. Now, I don't know if it's going to go up or when or how long it's going to take. I don't know. I just think if ETH BTC goes up, which is Ethereum versus Bitcoin, I think Pulse versus Hex goes up. That's all. In a nutshell, if that thing does a 2x, the ratio of Pulse to Hex, that means in the future, maybe you fast forward a year and a half, maybe Hex combined has done 10x, so Pulse would have done a 20x. That's one way to get that, right? So you never really know. We're just guessing. I don't know shit, friends. I don't know. The timing is the magic. Clearly, you don't know. You're just guessing. I hope it kind of snaps back at some point. That's why people, if you're not in leverage, you can sit in this forever and you just wait until enough people get bored and rich and FOMO that they come trying to smack stuff, all right? So as we're here, right, so as we're waiting for that, the whole plan for Richard to Vampire attack liquidity over the Pulse chain, you know, it didn't really work so far. That's why that eHEX, pHEX, and that was a real cracker because it was really tough to do with it. So I wanted to share that war story with you. And it's not to give myself a trophy in the cabinet. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of things to learn from this. So even Richard himself knows nobody is bigger than the market. The mind of the market is bigger than everyone. Not one person is big enough, okay, to control everything. It's amazing the mechanism of summarizing price and emotions and all of that and how it's getting dictated on the chart. It's very, very fascinating to see. So the thing really does move in a pendulum. And if you trade the chart and you look at, man, I've got 2 death threats at the bottoms, 2 death threats. And it was just dead for such a long time. And everyone's saying, dead, 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 dead. It's a signal. It's a signal goes, oh, all the weak hands are out. So all you got to do is somebody to just mildly breathe a bit of life in it. And everyone's like, oh, wow, you're alive. So this is something to think about going forward, right? Now, I'm not saying fade the founder of every coin. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you, this is something I'm proud of. I'm like, wow, I was able to do that. Actually, look at that. Wow, we went against the founder of it. It's like, it shows you market forces, they're much more like, it's more powerful than we think. And so this concludes me with one thing, the most important part of all. Actually left it, the juiciest part to the last. A lot of people say to me, hey man, why do your bags just never go up ever? What even gives you confidence? I'll tell you why. If you go back to the 2021 chart of EOS, that's right, the fake Ethereum killer that never took off, EOS, made charts on this. The bull market was basically almost over. And clearly, someone had made a shitload of money. They wanted to smack the market makers up on EOS. So at the very, very top of the bull market, EOS, in 1 month, the very, very end just goes bang. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Now, here I am for you, right? I know it's a light chart, friends, but this was it. You see that? Now, you might see these ugly wicks and it doesn't look that pretty, but what you can do is you can actually, if we zoom in, remember this is a daily chart because you don't need it to sit there forever. Look, this is a daily chart. We can actually have a look here. Look at this. Smack. I mean, if we zoom in here, yeah, it's crazy, right? There's literally just, I know, it's wild. It's like, wait a minute, you're telling me there was just like 2 days you had to get out? Yeah, that's how wild markets are, right? So this was EOS in 2017. It's crazy. We can actually draw a fib if you get a fib retracement. Very, very top to the bottom of the bull market, bottom of the bear market. And it's crazy. It went exactly, it's wild, man. It literally went exactly, friends, to the 61.8% retrace, like to the tick. Look at this, right? To the tick. Here it is right now. You zoom in, bang, right there. So, see that? Now, only insiders would know who that was. I remember around that time, I was like, why is this thing moving? But you get to see it. So clearly, I'm just showing you when a bull market happens and everyone's rich, there are people who've made so much money, they're like, you know what? Let's see if there's anything going on in this coin. And I just try to smack it up and just see if anything's up. Now, obviously, we hope that doesn't happen to our bags, but I'm just telling you, even in EOS, it happened. So kind of think about, okay, there's 140 content creators, 178 projects. It's real DeFi. There's a buy and burn. There's a strong community, survived minus 99%. You think with all these, it's not going to take until the very, very, very end to get an attention span. But it's kind of crazy that even in EOS that happened. Right? It doesn't mean it's a guarantee. I'm just showing you that just because you've been waiting for a while and nothing's happened for you yet, doesn't mean it's over. So that's why I've taken more, actions. But hey, I'll DCA buy more. Yeah, it's vomit, friends. I want to vomit. Yeah, friends and family. Hey, how's that thing going on? It's been 2 years down 84%. Well, that's trash. It does a 5.8x and we just got back our money while Solana and everything else is gone on. Yeah, that's the game, man. That's the game. I don't promise you anything. I don't even promise myself anything. We're just lucky we're still breathing and this thing is even work, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, beat the button, all. It's been a great story. Catch you soon.